If you're over 50 and wondering why that stubborn belly just won't flatten, even though you're walking, eating healthy, and doing your best, you're not alone. Every week, I see people who are doing almost everything right, yet a few quiet culprits keep hiding in plain sight on their plates. Today, I want to talk with you not about another fad diet, not about extreme restriction, but about 5 everyday foods that can make the difference between fighting your body and finally working with it. And before we go further, this video is for educational purposes only. It's not medical advice. Please consult your doctor or health professional before making any changes to your lifestyle, medications, or diet. Take a deep breath, have a sip of water, and let's begin. When we cross 50, our bodies begin to shift in quiet but powerful ways. Hormones change, muscle mass declines, metabolism slows by about 1 to 2% per decade after 40. Many people blame themselves, thinking they're doing something wrong, but most of the time, you're not. You're simply living in a body that processes food differently than it did 20 years ago. Let me tell you about Mary, a 56-year-old retired teacher who came to see me. She walked 3 miles a day, tracked her calories, rarely touched dessert, and genuinely tried her best. Yet her waistline kept growing slowly, year after year. One day she sighed and told me, "Dr. Karim, it feels like my metabolism packed up and left." What Mary didn't know, what most people over 50 don't realize, is that her insulin sensitivity had quietly declined. The same breakfast that kept her slim at 35 was now signaling her body to store fat around her organs. The problem wasn't overeating, it was the hidden foods that made her body store more than it burned. So today, let's uncover those 5 culprits, and more importantly, talk about what to do instead. Let's begin with added sugars and sugary drinks. These are the sweetest but most dangerous offenders: sodas, flavored coffees, smoothies, bottled juices, sports drinks, even healthy vitamin drinks that are really just sugar in disguise. After 50, your body becomes less efficient at handling glucose. Every sugary sip spikes insulin, your major storage hormone, and insulin loves to store fat around the belly. 1 can of soda can overflow your system with more sugar than your cells can use. What your body can't burn gets stored as visceral fat, the deep fat around your organs that increases your risk of diabetes and heart disease. The fix is simple. Swap liquid sugar for hydration that heals. Drink water, herbal tea, green tea, or water with lemon, mint, or cucumber. Every sugary drink you skip gives your metabolism a chance to burn fat again. Next, let's talk about refined carbohydrates. White bread, pasta, pastries, muffins, crackers. Foods that dissolve instantly and behave like sugar in your bloodstream. When you were 30, your muscle mass was higher, and your body could handle these carbs with ease. But by 55, your muscle mass has declined, and muscle is what burns glucose. That means every croissant or muffin becomes a bigger challenge for your metabolism than it used to be. But you do not need to cut out carbs completely. Just choose carbs with fiber: whole oats, barley, lentils, quinoa, old-style sourdough, vegetables, beans, brown rice. Fiber slows down digestion, keeps insulin steady, and prevents the belly from expanding silently. If you love baking, swap half your white flour for oat or almond flour. You still get comfort without the crash. Third on the list, ultra-processed foods. Chips, frozen dinners, packaged snacks, protein bars, fast food. These are engineered for bliss, combining sugar, fat, and salt in ways that hijack your brain's reward system. But here's the sneaky part. They cause tiny sparks of inflammation that make your body store fat around the belly. NIH research shows that people eating ultra-processed foods consume up to 500 more calories per day without even realizing it. These foods turn off your natural hunger signals. The fix: eat food that still looks like food. Grab a handful of nuts instead of chips, Greek yogurt instead of protein bars, homemade soup instead of microwaved meals. The fewer barcodes on your plate, the healthier your metabolism becomes. Fourth, alcohol. A glass of wine at dinner, a beer with friends. It feels harmless, but alcohol contains 7 calories per gram, almost as much as fat. And your body burns alcohol first, before burning anything else. That means while your liver is busy processing that glass of wine, fat burning stops completely. Add slower liver metabolism after 50 and hormonal changes, and those calories flow straight to your belly. You don't need to quit completely, just practice mindful moderation. Try limiting alcohol to once or twice a week, or swap your evening drink for sparkling water with lime or a splash of cranberry juice. You keep the ritual without the belly cost. Finally, processed meats and excess saturated fats. Bacon, sausage, deli meats, fatty fried foods. These inflame the body and worsen insulin resistance. That makes belly fat harder to lose and puts extra stress on your heart. You don't need to be vegan, but choose your fats wisely. Favor olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, and fish over butter and heavy fried meals. Choose lean proteins like grilled chicken, lentils, beans, and wild-caught fish. You're not restricting. You're retraining your taste buds to enjoy clean, real flavors again. Your energy, your sleep, your digestion, and yes, your waistline will all thank you. Now let's step back. Belly fat isn't just about appearance. It's about what's happening inside your body. Visceral fat, the fat that wraps around your liver and intestines, acts like an organ by itself. It releases chemicals that raise inflammation and increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, diabetes, and even certain cancers. But here's the good news. Visceral fat is also the first fat your body lets go of once you change how you eat. Within just a few weeks of reducing these 5 foods, many of my patients experience lighter mornings, clearer thinking, better digestion, improved mood, less bloating, and a smaller waistline, often without changing anything else. So don't wait for perfection. Start small. Start today. For the next 7 days, try eliminating or reducing these 5 foods. Notice how you feel. Write it down. Treat it not as a diet, but as a conversation with your body. Ask yourself, what makes me feel lighter? What gives me more energy? What makes me feel more alive? Your body has been speaking. You just need to listen. If this message resonated with you, join our community, subscribe. Share this with someone over 50 who's ready to take their health back. Leave a comment below. Tell me which of these 5 foods is hardest for you to reduce. I read every one. I'm Dr. Karim, reminding you, we're not just adding years to life, we're adding life to years. Stay well, my friends. Until next time.